welcome to week number 7. I want to know, are you having your fabulous Friday lunch and learn sessions, or are you having your wind down Wednesdays? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back to the informational video. I'm going to have a cup of coffee with you today. Do you want to get your cup, or maybe you're into those sports drinks, or maybe a healthy drink? Anyways, get ready. This is going to be quick. Not even 5 minutes of your time, I bet, today. We're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, organizational skills. Now, I have a subtitle for this. It's called From Chaos to Control. This is more important than ever. Are you surprised? Well, you shouldn't be. First of all, this is in the top 5 most requested competencies from managers. When we survey managers, HR professionals, training and development professionals, and we ask about what are the top 5 skills that you think a good administrative assistant needs to have, organizational skills is always in the top. It makes a lot of sense because today we're moving at a much faster pace. I mean, we're going faster, we have more things coming at us, time is precious. And therefore, we need to be very organized. I mean, what happens when we're not organized? We waste our time, we waste other people's time, we can't find things, we maybe waste supplies because we think we have everything, but we really don't. We don't appear professional because we're not ready to actually pull what we need to talk to someone. 3M actually has done studies on this, that the time we waste when we're not organized and we don't know how to put our hands on certain items, and the list goes on and on. Trust me, you just need to get organized. Now I want to tell you a couple things about this. First of all, organization really, it starts with you. It starts with your beliefs about being organized. If you don't believe it's important, then you know what? It's not important. If you're like me and I believe it's extremely important, then you're going to pay more attention to it. I also would like to share with you a little twist to this, is that some people aren't wired to be highly organized. It actually has to do with the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. And if you want more information about this, you can write me at staff@officedynamics.com. It's very interesting. But people who strongly emphasize the left side of the brain, they need order, structure, they like things put in categories. What I'm trying to say to you is if you're not wired and you don't have a real strong need to be organized, you're going to have to make a conscious effort to be more organized. You're going to have to think about it a little harder than someone who they just have that need. Number 2, myth. If I don't have a messy desk, my manager won't think I'm busy. Do you know how many assistants tell me that? That is a myth. The fact is, a messy desk signals lack of control and focus. So if you think you're impressing your manager by, having everything out all over your desk, and if I don't, they're going to give me more work, I'm here to tell you, you're scaring your manager. Because they say, and this is what they tell me, well, if their desk is a mess, how can they possibly see what the top priorities are? And how do I know they're not losing something because everything's all over? Now, I have to be honest. There are days my desk has things all over it, but they're all relative to each other. It's when I'm writing a program or a speech and I have my information out. It's not that there's 10 different kinds of things going on here. So I'd like you to really think about that. It's about perfecting it. Remember, you're on a journey of administrative excellence. And I know there are some of you who are really good at being organized. Good for you. But we're talking about perfecting what we do really well. So I'd like you to look for ways that you can continue to do that. Here are some tips. Do you have your pen ready? First, Find sources and supplies that are going to help you organize your space. There are a lot of great suppliers out there, manufacturers out there, who are making all kinds of wonderful products and tools for us to use to help stay organized. Be creative. Be creative in how you organize your workspace. Third, look at the top of your desk. Your workspace should not be your storage space. In other words, you don't store things here that you're not using right this moment. And I've seen plenty of offices, believe me. So take a look at your desk. Is it your workspace or is it your storage space? I'd like to recommend using the clustering technique to store your supplies and materials. This is something the title I came up with myself, clustering. In other words, you cluster similar items. If you were to open my cabinets, let's say, you would see that all my stationery is in one place. You would see that our Post-it notes are all in one space and they're organized according to size. And no, I'm not anal retentive. So many people will say, oh, you're an A-type personality. No, I just value my time. And I don't have time to look for things, and neither does my Chief Executive Assistant, Jasmine Freeman. So the idea is, if you can cluster similar items together, you can reach them faster. Remember, minutes throughout the day are going to add up to hours throughout your day. Use every inch of space in your drawers and your cabinets. A lot of times people will say, well, Joan, I just don't have the space. Then I open all their drawers and their cabinets, and I realize because it's just they're not utilizing the space. And last, place items you use most frequently closest to you. And again, I don't take credit for this. This is something I learned years ago from 3M. They did studies that show the more you have to reach for something or the more often you use something throughout the day, the closer you want it to you. The things you use less often through the day, you want farther from you. So here's your activity for this week. A couple things. I'd like you to do an in-depth assessment of your whole work area. So that means looking at your desk, your cadenzas, your file cabinets, inside your drawers, inside your storage units, and really do an analysis. Are there things you need to eliminate? Are there things that you can reorganize? Are there supplies that you don't use? Is there equipment that you're not using? You're just storing it. And also remove any clutter. If you have just a lot of pictures around and anything that's cutesy. Sometimes I see stuffed animals and different things like that in a workspace. But really, what does that say, about an individual? It sends a message that I'm not really serious about my career. And you will learn later as you go through this program that your workspace is actually a part of your professional image. So that's my challenge. Good luck. And if you have some success, be sure to drop me a note.